Are you looking for the best iPhone lenses? In this video we will look at some of the 4 best iPhone lenses on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Moment Tele 58mm lens. The Moment Tele 58mm lens is the best telephoto lens we tested. It makes it look like you are 2x closer than with a bare iPhone lens. This magnification shoots excellent portraits, but with suitable composition, it also excels at shooting landscapes. This lens had the highest overall test scores, with top marks in center sharpness and color rendition. The telephoto effect is a dramatic change from the stock lens and can be paired with some iPhone's telephoto lenses. All Moment iPhone lenses require Moment cases, which will limit your case options, but we find their cases attractive. A notable advantage of using a case is that installation becomes amazingly convenient, and achieving perfect alignment every time is simple. Since it's made from metal, we believe this lens can withstand bumps and scrapes. We have a few gripes with the Moment Tele 58mm, the most prominent of which is how it handled flare. We do not suggest using this iPhone lens while shooting toward the sun. The few times we did, our images had very noticeable flares. Another issue that bothered our photographers was the lack of corner sharpness. Some folks may like to use that as a creative tool, but it can also limit its versatility. Speaking of versatility, we found ourselves opting for wide-angle lenses more than this model. However, this varies by personal preference. If shooting into the sun is one of your everyday practices, the Moment Wide 18mm lens is another recommendation to consider. While it's not a telephoto lens, this wide-angle lens excelled when the sun's rays shone bright, resembling the performance of a naked iPhone lens. At number 2. iPhone 3-in-1 Clip-On. The iPhone 3-in-1 Clip-On is an excellent option for those who are unsure if auxiliary lenses are something they need. For a surprisingly low price, you can discover if they pique your interest. Given the price point, the lenses did respectably well. The standout here is the macro lens, which surpassed some of its more expensive competitors with average to above average performance in every metric. Unfortunately, the macro lens occasionally got stuck on the mount. At times, this issue required the help of pliers to get it off, which made it very frustrating to switch to the fisheye. However, it's easy and quick to install and perfectly fits over the XR's native lens. The price tag reflects the quality of the optics. We noticed a considerable change to the image as the lens rotated. If price isn't your primary concern and you are seeking a kit that contains different types of high-quality iPhone lenses, the Zenvo Pro Lens Kit shouldn't be missed. At number 3. Moment Anamorphic Lens. An anamorphic lens creates a broader aspect ratio without cropping in on the image. It accomplishes this by squeezing the image with a different glass shape. Anamorphic refers to that shape. Other than the aspect ratio, these lenses' most notable visual trait is a very distinct, long, and thin flare. All this is very appealing to high-end filmmakers, and that's where these lenses are typically employed. When people see a photo or video shot with one, many say, "It looks so cinematic." The images below compare the unedited image, left, and the de-squeezed, right. The Moment Anamorphic lens is our favorite anamorphic, cinematic, lens. It has a 1.33x horizontal squeeze, referring to the amount you need to de-squeeze the image to make it look normal. This lens is sharp, with minimal distortion and compelling colors, bordering on a bit of warmth. It also has a very distinct flare by design, so our team took no points away for that trait. Like other Moment lenses we tested, you need to use one of their cases since it shares the same M mount, which makes installing the glass straightforward. There is much to consider if you are trying to justify the hefty price tag. The first is just how difficult it is to use. The squeezed image must be de-squeezed, which requires either Moment's app or another third-party application. If you want to change from a horizontal to a vertical orientation, you need a tool to loosen the set screw and counter-turn the lens. But when it comes to results, this lens produces excellent images and leaves very little to criticize. If you are looking for a lens like this, we recommend it highly. However, if you want a wide-angle lens at an affordable price, the Blackeye Pro Cinema Wide G4 should not be missed. At number 4. Zenvo Pro Lens Kit. The Zenvo Pro Lens Kit is really big, more on that later. In terms of installation, it is effortless to put on your iPhone, fitting right over the stock lens without a case on. Its color rendition and sharpness are excellent, and it eats up backlit situations commendably compared to some of the other lenses we tested. The Zenvo Pro is an integrated two-lens system, meaning the wide-angle lens screws onto the macro lens. This integration makes it easy to transition from macro to wide-angle. Its macro lens is not as powerful as others that we tested, but this is not necessarily a critique. We found that it could still magnify most things we wanted to photograph, but it is good to recognize this difference. It is tough to overstate how big this lens is. The case for these iPhone lenses requires a 3.4-inch by 4.7-inch by 2.5-inch pocket. For you photo nerds out there, it has a 52mm filter thread, meaning you can go to any photography shop and buy filters or a lens cap for it. Given the amount of glass that this lens has, we would have liked to see increased image quality on the corners of the frame. Even with these drawbacks, we were impressed with the performance of these two lenses overall. If a more portable lens kit is up your alley, check out the iPhone 3-in-1 clip-on. While the quality of the images is not at the same caliber as this lens kit, the price tag is affordable and is an entry-level alternative recommendation.